Hey, K Dot,
Yeah.
can we get it how we used to get it, like when Top had the red charger? Can we get it how we used to get it, like when Top had the red charger? Can we get it how we used to get it?
Cap on, and I got racks on. Spent 4 nights in the country, I like to take my rich ass back home. Glow so bright, I can make moonlight see this ain't like your pheromones. You want big gun baritone, who want we want your home. We old school like that.
Whoa, people, it's another episode, another beautiful episode. Oh yeah, I know what you're here for. I know what you're here for. The knowledge, the Dragon Quest, the dreads. Maybe not the dreads, but I know you're not dreading this next 15-minute segment of playthrough here. As this monster god takes you through. Today we're on the PC version, we're finishing up Monster Man. And I give you the spoilers today, so we're not going to get too much into story stuff here. This quest, pretty self-explanatory. We're going to go over and do some stuff, collect some things, all that good stuff. But what I'm talking about today is the wonderful art of creativity and being a creator. This is gonna be for all you YouTubers out there. But if you create anything else, like visual art, woodworking, welding, construction, if you create anything, it's gonna be for you. Strap in, guys. I got some stories to tell, some knowledge to bestow. So strap yourself in. Hope everybody is having a wonderful whatever day I upload this on. And I suppose we can go ahead and get started here. I suppose. Oh yeah, this is where we go to Ogreed for the Monster Masher, helping some people out in the cave. Um, yeah, and we're basically going to uh do some monster clearing there to help them collect their stuff or whatever. Essentially is what it is. But it's a boss fight. Good old monster quest things. They're usually boss fights at the end of these. I think there's 2 boss fights in this quest. Or 3. I think there may be 3 after every one after like the 4th one. So um yeah, this one's pretty cool. This was way back in the playthrough before I finished version 1. We're in the middle of version 2 right now. I think is when I'll upload this. So my character is not human yet. We're still Pukuing. I love how the Puku looks, so I hope you enjoy the little Kirby-esque character. Uh-huh. But creators, knowledgeablers. Let me tell you something, guys. What you have to do is create effortlessly with elevated care. And it's kind of an oxymoron, right? Like, because if you have to care so much, how is it going to be effortless? But allow me to get into this a little bit and just explore the realms of it. Really give you like a concept of what I'm talking about here. So if you've ever had a creative muscle or done anything or created anything directly out of your mind, there was a moment where it just kind of clicked, right? There was a moment where it all just came to you. There was that aha concept, and from there it was kind of like a downhill process. Everything just kind of moved for you. You were working with source, creator, God at some point, and it came together. It worked, right? So, using that knowledge, you have to affirm your natural creativity. It's not a problem for you. It comes naturally. It's easy. It'll just be there. You don't have to go to bed worrying where my next idea is going to come from. If you've already made something, anything, one thing, I'd say it helps the more you make to get more confidence in this. But if you've made one thing, you should have a little bit of this confidence that you can do it again, that the making will keep happening, right? So what we have to detach from as creatives is the result. You can't be afraid to fail. That's usually, I'm not going to say always, but that's usually a big stopper for all motivation, a sharp halt for all progress, uh, building towards creativity, and that's the pirate guy. We're probably gonna go pirate eventually. I think that may be a class I'll need to delve into, but over here, going to the Gilzad. I think there's a cave we need to go to, if I believe so. Traveling. Don't worry about the Dragon Quest. I know it looks cool. Just focus on me. Focus on me here. We're here. We're here. We're locked in, right? Anyways, you have to get over yourself. Get over your pride that everything you make is not going to be amazing right when you first make it, or right when you first get there. You know, you have to get over that incompetency stage and just commit to the natural creative process. And what really helped me in this is I had a little bit of a journey in my creative process here. So there was a time when I was first getting into, let's say, music. I'll use music as an example. And I really feared, so one of my biggest fears is that it would become too taxing, too much of a job, and then that I would hate doing it, you know, and then the natural creativity wouldn't come, or when it came, I would hate it or something like that, right? Eventually, I got over those fears and started creating, developing things. I gained a little bit of natural confidence. And then something interesting sort of happened. I did get that burnout. Exactly what I was feared of happened. You know, it became like work to me. So I thought, well, I thought about it, and it came to me, and it burned out. But, you know, if this was supposed to happen, if I already knew it was going to happen, why don't I just stop? Just give myself a break. If I'm actually burnt out, you know, and I'm trying to do this as my job, well, the natural thing, you know, you can't fight against your nature. So I did stop. I did stop for a long time. And then naturally, I did what came to me. You know, what came to me musically, what I wanted to do, because I still had all this knowledge, I still had all this skill from creating the music, but I didn't want to do the same thing and produce the same results again. So you have to do what you find sustainable, what you find available in your mind space. Do you feel like you can just do this forever, you know? And that's going to change. That's going to change. Everyone's forever is a different amount of time. And it's sad to say, but, you know, forever truly isn't forever. Nobody wants to die. So we have to be okay with not standing on business sometimes and being like, oh, no, I quit this thing that I did for a little bit. But you can always come back. You can always pick it up again. You can always continue the story. I really have to be forward with that idea of creatives, because a lot of people, especially when you're creative, you have so much pride and so much stake in yourself, and you think like, I have to I have to do this some duty, and then, you know, if I don't do this, I'm wasting my life and my purposes, you know. But like, you have to be so kind to yourself, because we are working with the source. We are not truly the source. We are working with it, right? So it's a collaboration process. Even when you're by yourself, you're still collaborating. So working with anyone, I know, just being kind, you know, shedding a smile and gratitude goes a super long way for creating work that you can both be proud of. So no matter what you make, no matter where you're at, if you're burnt out, if you don't want to do it, you know, just do what comes naturally to you and be glad you did it. Be glad you did something. And a lot of times before, I would be really mad, like, oh man, I only did this much today. I only made one song today. Oh no, I only did one video today. I only edited one thing. I only did one video. You come like any step. Guys, if you go outside today and you think of a video idea and you write it down in notes, I'd say you did way more than enough for your YouTube channel today. You know, just for yourself. And that gratitude, that happiness will make you want to do more, instead of going the opposite direction and hating yourself and being like, well, I don't want to do anything now, because, you know, if I do a little bit, they're just going to berate me for not doing more. So I don't want to do anything. I'm going to stay in bed all day. So the kindness to creative is very important. It's very important. It's just like being kind to your monsters. We got to be kind to our demons. I like to personify a lot of my emotions and creative impulses and triggers. So my creative being, my creative self, is just a little kid. He's just like a little child who don't know nothing, a little stupid infant. And this creative inner child that I create with is connected to source, and I have to treat them with kindness. I have to be like, you've done something, so that's enough. Especially if I want to continue this for the rest of my life. And if there's one thing this break taught me, it's that, yeah, I do want to do this for the rest of my life. I just want to entertain people. I just want to make people happy in some way, make them think a little bit. And for the most part, I just want to shine the mirror. Shine the mirror. I want to give you something that makes you look at yourself more, because that's what we're all afraid of. That's what's gonna make us all heal. You know, just a little bit of introspection. Just a little bit of introspection is missing. And I don't think there's a lot of people pushing that narrative that, looking inward is the answer. You're not gonna find what's missing in your life in anybody else. You have to look inward. You have to look inward. And speaking of looking inward, we are looking at the inside of this cavern. Monster Masher question number 3. This is where the boss is. Big old elephant. And we're going to kill this guy to make sure our collectors can collect their things. So, good old Monster Masher. And you need a monster in your party for this as well. So, it's another part of the quest. Always remember, guys, we do not have to sacrifice our happiness to get to our happiness. A lot of times I think, if I create this one thing, then I'll be happy. If I reach this one point of success, I'll be happy. If I get this many subscribers, I'll be happy. That's not when it happens. Happiness happens when you decide to be happy. And sometimes it's not you. We're all working together, conscientiously collaborating with the source. So happiness happens when both you and the source decide that you want to be happy, right? We can't control our emotions directly. We can control our reactions to how our emotions dictate we feel. We can't control our emotions directly, and that's because things are gonna happen. People are gonna do weird shit. People are weird. I'm weird. I'll fully admit that. I'm playing this game. It's for Japanese people. I'm super weird. But you just gotta own yourself and control your reactions. It's gonna be hard, but everybody has full stake, full control over what the hell they do in turn as the effect of what the world does to them. I believe that fully. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% what you do. I truly believe that. So don't sacrifice the happiness now. If you really feel like to be happy, you want to say this to someone, but you feel like you have to sacrifice that happiness and not say it for some greater cause, some greater good, you got to hold your tongue or whatever. But if you really think that's going to make me happier, just say it. Do it. Do whatever. And I have to preach this. I have to preach this especially because people are going to think, why are you telling people to do anything? You're telling all these bad people to do bad things. No, I'm not talking to bad people, because bad people don't watch this channel. It's only me. There's one view on every fucking video. It's just me. Okay, I'm joking. There's like 2 or 3. But you know what I mean? Like, you have to do what you feel is right to make you happy in the moment. A lot of people are like, oh, so that means I just got to eat a bunch of unhealthy food and blah, blah, blah. And but guys, once you build some good habits to replace the bad ones, you're just going to not feel like doing the bad ones. And it's a slow process, but, putting things over things, it's not very hard. Not very hard at all. So I think we all are given a lot of chances. a lot of chances for our own happiness that we just pass up. We just like, fuck that. No, I need to be sad. You know, I want to be sad. And you don't have to choose that suffering. You don't have to choose that suffering. I know the whole starving artist thing, but you don't have to choose it, right? You don't have to choose it. So we got our last cutscene here. End of the quest. I'm glad everybody had a good time. I'm glad you've made it this far. We got about a minute left, so I'll leave you guys with one more gem as a creative here, since we were going on our creative talks here. Okay. So when thinking about what to make, when thinking about what I have to produce, how to be consistent, blah, 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 I just want you to remember this. Give them what you have, not what you think they need. Because in the long run, that is way more sustainable. If people are going to catch on, if you consistently do something from your heart, something that you already know you have. But if you cater, then you might get popular off that shit you catered to, and then you might figure out that shit you catered to, it's not really what you like doing. It's not sustainable. It feels wrong eventually. You know, it feels off eventually. Now you're stuck in it, and yeah, it snowballs, and then yeah. So guys, continue your process, stick to the plan, and I'll see you next time when we mash our monster way. We're gonna fight some purple guys, some purple dragons. It'll be a good time. Subscribe, please. Subscribe, please. I know you liked it. You're this far.